Hey guys, it's Tuesday, May 29th, 2012.
Perfect to me.
So since Friday is June 1st, we're counting this week as the first week of the month, and we're doing a theme week. This week's theme is phobias. The phobia that I'm going to be talking about is not one of the very well-known ones, but I do think that it's pretty common, and I think that it's becoming more common because it's fostered by our society. It's called Atelophobia, from the Greek ateles, which I'm fairly certain I'm not pronouncing correctly, which means imperfect or incomplete. Atelophobia is the fear of being inadequate. Personally, I do have atelophobia, and I think a lot more people have it than most people realize. Most phobias come from things that happened when you were very young, like Claire was saying she's afraid of dogs because she was bitten by a dog when she was young. I think atelophobia is one of those fears that you get not because of a specific event, but because it's fostered in our society. From a very young age, people are sort of instilled with this idea that you can be perfect. Personally, I don't know where my atelophobia came from. I think a lot of it is just who I am as a person, because I was always told that I didn't have to be perfect, but my standards for myself are much higher than my mom's are for me. I think atelophobia is a bigger problem than our society seems to think it is. Obviously, there are the serious cases of atelophobia that can lead to things like depression and self-harm, but I think there's also a lighter form that a lot of people have, because from childhood we're always told that we need to strive higher. For a lot of us, there is no concept of, oh, this is good enough. It's, I could have done better. And I know, at least for myself, I have a lot of difficulty taking pride in the things that I do, because I look at them and all I can see is the mistakes and the things that I could have done better. And while these lighter forms may not harm a person, I do think that they can be damaging. They can lead to anxiety, stress, lack of sleep. Lack of sleep's not that fun. There can be some physical and mental health problems caused by these less serious forms of atelophobia, and I think it's something that our society should be concerned about. We're raising our children and instilling them with this mentality that is going to harm them in the future. And despite the fact that I know a lot of people who I personally think have atelophobia, I don't think it's specifically a teenage problem. This carries on into adulthood, and for a lot of people it gets worse. I think that is one of the reasons the depression rates are so high, that there's a lot of people with anxiety, that doctors are forever telling us that we don't get enough sleep. Those problems may not seem serious, but they are. All of them can be life-threatening in different forms. And so though the case of atelophobia may not be that serious, and the harm may not come intentionally, it can still be very harmful to a person. And I think one of the ways we can work to solve this problem is by taking some of the pressure off of others and off of ourselves. The pressure isn't always external. A lot of the times it comes from you. The truth is that perfection isn't possible. There's always going to be some flaw, some speck of imperfection. But that's okay, because it's the imperfections that make people, books, works, pretty much anything interesting and enjoyable. It's the imperfections that we learn to love about people that make them special and unique to us. So why shouldn't it be the imperfections about everything else? Megan, I'll see you tomorrow.